Namaste and welcome to Youth TV show Making Nepal Proud Globally, produced by Today's Eurasia.
Today we have with us a special guest, Honorable Dr. Raquel Adato. She is a member of Israel's parliament from Kadima party. She is also a medical doctor and an attorney. Welcome to the show, ma'am. How has it been for you to be a women political leader in Israel?
You can see in the parliament all over the world that there are more and more women going into politics. And I think that women are representing another type of politics. I don't say good or not good, bad or not, but the behavior of women politician is different. The future will show what's better.
That's a new change.
Yeah. When I went to medical school, there were 10% in my class. Out of 80 students, 10% was numerous clauses for women. And this was for years. Nobody asked why. That was something, 10%, you didn't argue about it. Now, these days, 50% of the old medical school have women. And nobody even believed that there was some few years ago, it was numerous clauses. I think that if we'll talk in 15 years from now, can give you an example how in Israel 15 years ago there were only 20% and now we have 50%. Because that's a change being done all over the world. Women are not afraid anymore, women are more educated, men very often agrees and accept women, no matter if it's in medicine, politics, or wherever. That's a new world of today. And you, as a young generation, are running this new world.
How do you manage your time and work pressures, being a career woman, a political leader, and also the mother of two wonderful children?
I must admit that now it's much easier for me because they're grown up. You know, I believe that the more you have to do, you run your time better. The more active you are, the more busy you are, you run your time much better. You know that you don't spend time here, don't spend time. You think in the morning, you think about your schedule. No, when you can go to the supermarket in between the way, you can cook here, you can do this. You run your time much better. You're more efficient.
Honorable ma'am, now we'll take the questions from the young leaders of Nepal.
South Asian countries as well as Nepal see a lot of women violence going on. What initiative can the youth of Nepal take to end it?
I think it's a very important and very serious question because we know that violence against women is one of the big issue now in the modern world. No, it's not only here in South Asia, it's true all over the world. And the world and the United Nations is trying to do anything in order to eliminate. I can tell you about Israel. We enacted many laws against it. First, husband that has any kind of violence at the family against women, you take them out of the house. We have shelters for women, beaten women. There is a lot of being done to eliminate also violence, also sexual violence against women. And whatever I said here about Israel, it's true. Also, it should be true also all over. Now, I attend a conference, the United Nations conference, which the issue was violence against women and violence in the family. I think that the more you talk about that, the more than any kind of law which will be enacted against it, any punishment against men, the very important thing is the right of women to object and to resist. Women should know from the very beginning that they don't belong to anyone and they have their own rights to live their life in an honorable way without being beaten, without being raped, without all kind of violence against women, which is a wide field, how you consider violence. So that's one of the most important thing is educating young girls, even at school, to know what is their rights and to know when there is violence, any kind of violence, not only physical violence, to know, to talk about that, to tell when they are young, to tell the parents, or when they are older, to go to the police, to talk about that, to know that they should stand on their rights and do everything against that.
I'd like to know how you visualize the role of the United Nations in addressing women's health issues as a member of 4 delegations to the United Nations on Women's Health.
One of them was the Assembly about violence against women and the role of the United Nations to protect women, not in Europe or in developed countries, but in Africa, some countries in South Asia. And that was one of the assembly. The other 2 also consider women's health, sexual transmitted disease, which is very important issue concerning women's health all over the world. And again, the United Nations is doing mostly and mainly work among developing countries. It's easier for those countries to be part of the mission or part of the issue that the United Nations is sending mission to those countries. And we come usually with our experience sometimes to take part in this mission or to think how we can implement issues which are related to women's health in the developing countries. And that's, the United Nations is the field or is the right place where we can discuss so many countries together.
What raised your interest in military services while coming from a completely different background?
I'll tell you, in Israel there is no choice. Because once you finish high school, when you're 18, you just go to the army, boys and girls. So nobody asks you if you want to, you don't want to, you just go. So there is no question of interest, because before going to university or to college or to medical school or whatever, you just have to go to the army. Girls are going for 2 years, boys are going to 3 years, so it's something obligatory. And nobody asked me if I want to go or not, I just had to.
As we all know, you have a great level of success with 3 degrees and a good indulgence in politics. That is why you stand out to be as a great role model for youths like us. So what are the tips and suggestions you would like to share with the youths for their enhancement?
You have to have some aim or some purpose, what you want to do. Once you have what you want to do with your life and you're trying to do your best, that's the best message I can give. And the best message that I can say again what I said at the very beginning. I am the great believer in education. I think that education is a very important tool in order to run your life as you want to run your life, and not that your life will run you.